You're now listening to the 11:30 podcast. Enjoy the show.
Nasty, hateful, insane nation that ever existed.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. I'm back at it with another edition of the 11:30 podcast. What's good, everybody doing out there? Thank you guys for tuning back in here for another episode of the podcast. You know what time it is. It's not 7:30, it's 11:30. It's time for the 11:30 podcast show, man. We're gonna get into it. Got a cool guest that's gonna be joining me here on this week's episode. But before we get into that, if you're watching on YouTube, you guys definitely do me a favor, like it, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. If you're new to the podcast, definitely hit that subscribe button. Follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. So, you guys, like I was saying, got a cool guest that's going to be joining me here this week on the 11:30 podcast. Sri Mahabir. She's an entrepreneur. She's a video marketing producer. Also, she's the host of Journey with an Entrepreneur. She's going to be joining me here on this week's episode of the 11:30 podcast, and we're going to dive into her and pick her brain on some tips of her upcoming and video marketing and producing and all that great stuff, man. It's gonna be fun for real. But we ain't gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get into the show. We're gonna bring on a lovely guest, Shirai. How's it going?
It's going well. Thank you so much for having me. And I know my name sounds like difficult, but you can call me Sharice. The best is Siri when your phone goes off.
Sheree, once again, I'm trying to get it right. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Sheree, appreciate you for coming through here on the 11:30 podcast. How life treating you?
Life is a blessing, and I just want to say thank you for having me on and saying hi to everybody out there who's watching this. You're definitely in for a treat.
Yes. You're definitely in for a treat, man. Definitely in for a treat. Once again, appreciate you coming through here on the podcast. Tell everyone about yourself. I always allow my guests to sort of introduce themselves and give everyone a vibe of, who they are.
So a little bit about me is I love helping entrepreneurs get on video so that they can create engaging videos that make them money. But I also, in the same person, in the same sentence, can say that I get super nervous. The imposter syndrome comes up, and the feelings of, do I have value to share to others? They all come up all at the same time, because I know that some of you may feel that way right now who are watching or even listening to this podcast, and know that it is possible to get past it, and it is possible to show up, not just for those who need to hear that story, but also to know that you're showing up for you every time you create that video or you go live.
Okay, cool. You talked about it just a few moments ago, you being shy. I mentioned it numerous of times. How did you get past being shy? It took me some time here on YouTube and creating videos more so, but that's really kind of like helped me get more so out of the bubble of being shy, because growing up, I was a nervous wreck. I couldn't speak in front of crowds, even if I really wanted it to, though. But sometimes I did. But how did you get through that and stuff?
It's really understanding that story that you are holding on to your whole entire life. And
Okay.
for myself, it was understanding there was pain that I was holding on to. There was judgment that I was holding on to. There was that feeling of value that I didn't realize could also affect me later. And so although I opened up with saying that, yes, I do have all of these that come up, but what helped me get past is understanding that story. And it's going back, and it could be that someone had said something to you. It could be that this was spoken over to you by your grandmother, your mother. And then you realize, wait a minute, this is not, when we come into this world, we are We are just an empty vessel. We are just collecting all of these things and carrying it with us, and we believe that these are true and it's not. So when I realized that, that's when I said, you know what, that's not my story. My story is that I can help others. I love being able to give a spotlight. I love being able to hear the stories of the entrepreneurs, and in the same time, I'm also learning. I'm also realizing that every time I go live or every time I do a video, I am learning a little bit more about myself. I learned how to get past being camera shy. I learned how to write a script. I learned how to edit. And now I'm teaching others to do the same thing. And that is when you get past the shyness, because it becomes selfish if you are not sharing. It's crazy to
Mhm.
think that, but you are being selfish because you are not sharing your story. Let me ask it, all of you right now who are watching or listening to this podcast, when was a time in your life that you had something come up? Maybe it was you were about, if you didn't pass your classes, you couldn't graduate. What did you do to get past that? It could be that you saw somebody that was in trouble and you found a way to help them get out of trouble. I mean, these are things that you did for yourself or for others. And that is a story that you can help somebody else, because you never know. You just never know how that little bit of information that you shared can help change somebody's life.
Hmm. You're right about that. Definitely right about that. Speaking of story, tell everyone, tell me also how this journey of becoming an entrepreneur begin for you and stuff.
It all started in 2019. So I started a business, and it was a virtual assistant business. And at that time, the reason I started that business, because 8 months prior, my ex, the father of my child, had passed away, and he didn't leave a legacy, and his family disowned our daughter. And to be able to leave a legacy, to be able to show my daughter anything is possible if you put your mind to it, I started the business, and it was told to me, get testimonial videos which show other people why they should work with you. But then it was placed on my heart, hear their journey. And here I'm thinking in 2019, well, how do I interview these people? I don't have a studio. I don't have a microphone. I don't have the camera. And this is before COVID. And so when COVID
Hmm.
happened, now I'm stuck. I can't really go to networking events. I have to figure out, how do I bring visibility to my business and bring in leads? Well, now I'm seeing Ed Milet, Lewis House, Jay Shetty, Gary Vee. They're all going live on these different platforms. And I'm thinking, I can do this. I can do this. Then I see my really good friend going live. And I was like, I know this sister. I've prayed with her. I can do this. So I asked 9 people, and the 10th person said, let's go. And I started my journey of an entrepreneur. And that's how this show has expanded into a coaching business. I have a Facebook group. I even have an agency where we produce and like live streaming shows such as this and podcasts, all because I decided not to stay in that fear and get in front of the camera.
Okay. Okay. I dig that. I dig that. You mentioned it multiple times though. And I chat with it and I have multiple debates with myself in a way. But going live. What's the difference for you and the advice also for me and for the listeners and viewers? The difference between going live and also just uploading a pre-recorded episode.
So both give you visibility. However, one allows you to get real time feedback and give real time feedback. So, for example, if you think about your sales funnel, what you're doing is you're posting content, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Now you've got people who've come across your profile. You've given them something to binge watch, because we as humans love to binge watch, especially if we are very intrigued by this person. So today you might be listening to me and be like, you know what? I really like this girl and I want to learn more about her. Then you are going to go to my profile. You might check me out on LinkedIn. You might check me out on TikTok. And then you start to watch the videos and you say, well, I really like this girl. Now the next thing is, let me see what it's like to engage with her. So you check out, you come to my live streaming shows, then you start asking questions. Okay, I see she brings on these different really good guests, which I have learned from. Then there comes, well, she's going live by herself. I can ask questions on the spot. Hey, what do you know about live streaming? Why should I be doing live streaming? What are the three best tips that you can share about live streaming or video? Then the next step is, if I have a Facebook group, but if you didn't have a Facebook group, then comes an audio room like Clubhouse, and
Hmm.
there's Spaces, which is on Twitter, and Spaces is just an audio room where people can come up and they can ask questions, because as humans, we want to know, we want to review, we want to make sure that this person who says that they have this 12-week coaching program can really give me that transformation that I really need, that I really believe can happen. And so that's why you want to think about, and I'm just going to put it, we're going to get a little bit deeper. It's about
Okay.
the customer journey. What I just explained is about the customer journey. You're giving an opportunity for your customer, your potential customer, to talk to you, to get a reason why they should invest in you. When I look back at all of the clients that I have, they did not invest right away. They actually were watching me for 6 months. So they were interacting with my content. They were attending my live shows, and they are part of my Facebook group. So there's all of these ways that we're giving out value, but you're not giving everything, but you're giving enough value that this person's going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm ready to invest. And I've seen this enough times with individuals like a Tony Robbins, a Grant Cardone, even Myron Golden, who is very well known. He helps you with your business. But when you look at all of the videos, you will hear people say, well, I've been watching this person for 6 months. Or if you're yourself watching this now, you're like, well, I don't know. I want to get on video, but I don't know who to work with. Well, I will say I am one person, and I can definitely introduce you to other people, because I also know I'm not the only one in this space. And there are some other really good coaches out there. And I'm the type of person, I will introduce you to them, because I don't believe that I'm for everybody, but I also don't believe that I should be holding on to everybody. So I hope that answered
I
your
get
question.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It really did because I have multiple so like I said, debates. I do most of my shows pre-recorded, but I do a couple of live shows, and I hear um yeah, the benefit of going live is having, that, real time feedback, and you get people engaging with you, and which I do see that. So for someone out there who may does like myself do pre-recorded episodes, should I maybe do live a little bit more than just pre-recorded episodes?
I do believe you should go live, only because then you can see if the content that you're putting out there is really is registering and if I'm having struggling with the word, but if
Resonating. I got you.
resonating with the people. So on a live, you wouldn't be able to edit that out. However, I love live because you're not putting on a show, your walls come down, who you are show. And because I have no problem with, I stuttered with the word, and I have no problem. This is who I am, but that doesn't define me. That just says, okay, I just struggled in the moment. I was a little bit nervous, but it does show that, hey, she knows what she's talking about. Same thing with you, DeAndre. You going live will give you a sense of what are people looking for, and real-time feedback, what they would like to see more of. And they might enjoy that you come live and just share a little bit of your story or tips and tricks. And if you're thinking about, oh, I want to come out with a course, or I want to come out with a coaching program, these are live streaming shows are the best ways to know what should be in your program and what should not be in your program.
Hmm. Okay, good, good, good. I got you. I got you. And I was checking out your profile and also content in one of your episodes, and you guys was talking about the benefit of 30-second videos, short videos to put on social media. And I see a lot. I may post a clip that maybe 4 minutes, and you may get 20, 30 views, but then you'll post a clip that's maybe 15 seconds or 5 seconds, and then it'll get over 1,000, 2,000 views. Why is that?
Everybody talks about this. Oh, well, short span. No, let's really look deeper. People are
Yeah.
selfish. Let's just be real. We're all
Okay.
selfish. We want to know what's going to give us the answer to help us with our problem right now. We're in this culture and mindset. We want the microwave results. I am here to tell you there are no microwave results. There is consistent behavior. And what does consistent behavior mean? That means a habit that you do over and over again, your system. What does your system look like? So for me, I put out shorter content so that it gets the attention of the person that I am looking for because I know who I'm talking to. That one person, I have defined them. And now they're going to get into watching my videos. Then they're going to come into watching my live streaming shows. And then they're going to join my Facebook group or just hire my team and I to help them with their problems. But that's why we do shorter videos. It's always, oh, it's attention span. Yes, it's part of that, but really, we're just selfish people. We just want, if you are not solving my problem, I don't care. Or right now, I just want a really good laugh. You happen to be providing it, I'm going to watch. But if you're not solving what I have going on right now, that's why I leave. And also as a creator, it helps you by putting out content that it tests out the market. Like what is resonating? Yes, we all like a good laugh, but we also need to be making money. We're not here to be as a hobby. When you post content with intention, you're going to get what you ask for. So if you put out a video and it's funny and you want more views, that's what you're going to get. But if you want you put out some content and it is to get people into your email list, that is what's going to happen. If you put out content you want to talk about your offer, you will get the people who have been watching you because they saw your funny video, they saw your video where you're giving a tip, and now they're ready to invest with you.
Okay, okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. Because I was like maybe it's people have this short span of attention and stuff like that. But you also mentioned people are selfish, and I can agree with that. But in this day and age, though, people don't watch more stuff more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and stuff like that. I guess if it's not intriguing, like you said, or solving their problem, they don't want nothing to do with it. I guess, right?
They do, and that's
Mhm.
true. Like you also have to look at it this way. We go to YouTube University to learn something. So if you don't have the money, you're going to spend the hours and watch video after video to learn how to do XYZ. But in order to find the individual, you're looking at social media. So you might be checking them out on TikTok. You might be checking them out on Instagram or LinkedIn. And then if they have a YouTube, you're going to their content. So I'm not saying that long form doesn't have a place. It does, but it's when that person is looking for it. So I know on YouTube, you have to be very unique in what you are known for. So if you're going to provide tips on how to edit videos, then that's what you're going to do. But then you can use your social media such as TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn and show those short form videos, but also you can include who you are as a person. This is me as an entrepreneur. This is me as a parent and how it all comes together because we're not just one person. Yes, I provide tips. Yes, I can give you solutions and answer your objection. But also at the heart, I'm also a person who is a mother, a single mother, and I'm also an entrepreneur. And this journey is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. But the one thing that is not going to happen is giving up.
Mhm. Hey, that's right. That's one thing that ain't gonna happen is definitely giving up. One thing. with some tips for someone else or such as myself to continue to grow my YouTube channel, because I talk about three different things on my YouTube channel. And I know, like how you just said, if you do this, then if you maybe talk about how to fix cars, then that's your thing. That's who you attract. And I talk about or this show where I just bring on entrepreneurs, music artists, just different people, and just chat with them and share their story. And then I have a relationship show and a wrestling show. So how do I continue to maybe grow, or yeah, how do I continue to grow the channel, or also for someone else who maybe have multiple content on their channel.
So YouTube is mostly you want to be known for one. So I would
Hmm.
ask you which content is more successful, most successful for you based on views, based on shares, comments. What are people saying? Then I would test it out by creating smaller videos and posting it out. So the next question is who are you targeting?
Well, I was just my thing was I never wanted it just talk about one specific topic. So I wanted to reach, a broader audience. I have, and to also answer your question too, more so, the wrestling videos actually does, much than majority of the other ones. Now, some episodes that I have on, such as, here on the 11:30 podcast show, does really well also too. So, yeah, my targeted audience is just adults, really, just
Adult
between
males, adult
adult
females.
both actually,
What age group?
between the age group of, I want to say, 21 and 40.
Okay, so 21 and 40, that's a great group. Do you know how much they're making?
No.
Okay. So some 21-year-olds are banking and some 21-year-olds are not. And some 40-year-olds, we're in a different bracket, a different place in our life.
Hmm.
Now it's understanding where are they? So they're going to be on TikTok, they're going to be on Instagram, they're going to be on maybe Facebook, because now Facebook, that because Instagram is focusing more on pictures and less on video, reels are expanding and growing on Facebook. And I've seen this. You will see articles and articles about it, but I've actually been paying attention to views and what my own clients are telling me. And
Hmm.
so I would say put out some content that will draw them to your wrestling videos and see how that converts, because you have to think about the big picture, which is you only get so many people to watch your show, but you've got to be on other platforms to draw them into your main, which is here on YouTube, and then give them what they're asking for. So if they're always asking for wrestling, then that's what you've got to, if that's what pays the bills, that's what pays the bills. As Warren Buffett says, you you create something that solves the problem of many, and then later you focus on your passion, because when you focus on the problem of many, it pays your bills, it puts food on the table. It's not always a thing that you like to do, but it is something that will help to funnel and fund your passion. So it just happened that I was funding my passion by doing something I didn't like. Virtual assistant was there. I was still learning how to be an entrepreneur. I still didn't get it. The minute that I hit my 100th Instagram episode, and that's when I started working with the mentor, that's when she was like, well, you've helped 40 people, coach them, go live and do video. This is the business you should start. And so that's what I started with. And this is June of 2021. August of 2021, I got my first paying client, and I've had paying clients since. And then in December of 2021, 9 days before Christmas, I got laid off, and this is what I've been doing. So that's why I'm saying I used to, when I heard that quote by Warren Buffett, I was like, are you crazy? But it makes sense. You have to keep it simple, and you have to put what's the people are asking in the market. So for you, DeAndre, if they're asking for the wrestling, that's what you should be focusing on. Bringing those wrestlers in, talking to those people, because that age group is looking for it because they may want to be wrestlers, or they just they like you, and that's what
Hmm.
you bring, and that's what they look for.
Okay, I like that. I really like that answer. So go basically what pays the bills, not with your passion.
Right. For right now, let's just be real. Things are getting tough, and
Yes.
we need to go where the money is, what people are asking for. Later, you can bring in the passion, but you first got to do that business. And you'll hear a lot of people talking about, I don't like doing it. That's
Mhm.
when you learn, okay, get it running so that you don't have to be running it. You have a team and it's running by itself. Then you can start this other passion project. And then it could be what will be the next thing that will be paying you.
Okay. Okay. I look at it. I look at it more so of a mindset. Because most people, what would say they go with their passion, something that they love, to do. And, hey, this is my passion. I love to get on camera and talk and stuff like that. But I also, gotta go, pay the bills and stuff like that. So, you know, how do people more so, you got to do what you got to do, right? If the rent's due, you got to pay the rent. But obviously, you will want to do, what you love eventually.
Yes, and it's not going
Mhm,
away. It's not
mhm.
that I'm saying don't do it. What I am
Okay.
saying is you've got to you just got to think logically and responsibly. You've got bills, you got a family, you got food, you've got needs that you've got to fund, which are important. Health insurance, life insurance, car insurance, your cell phone. Your cell phone is a tool for business. Then the things that make you help you do what you do, StreamYard, Restream, the editing app. Even though CapCut is free, they also have a paid version. Then there's the email services. There's just so many little things you've got to pay for to make it run. So don't sit there and not think about those things. Remember, those things got to help you run. Then once you get that going, you can start researching. That's the time I would say, as much as I would love for everybody to come and work with me, I may be the passion project, but your first business might be the mechanic or the virtual assistant. And then in the other way, your passion is I want to get on camera, I want to do XYZ. Of when I get on camera, I want to have a show that talks about basket weaving and teaching people how to basket weave. Then you
Mhm.
learn how from being part of my Facebook group, and you take the courses, the workshops that I offer, but at the same time you're focusing on the business. I hope this makes sense to you. Like
Yes.
you do learn about what you love, but you really got to focus here, and then when this is up and running, you don't need to be there all the time. Go to that passion.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 I get it. I get it. Speaking of passion, what keeps you motivated? What inspires you?
What inspires me is that there's something that I learn about myself every single part of the way. Last year was all the things that were limiting my belief in myself. And this year, it's all about, okay, we're going to go head on. We're going to face it. We're going to get focused. We're going to look at the systems. And then next year will be something else. So if you are trying to figure out what I'm saying, is it's the lesson learning that I look forward to. Even the failures, the ones that I don't want, I still look forward to it because that's what's going to help me grow. And then in turn, I can share with DeAndre, or I can share with Florence, or I can share with Shannon, because maybe they are just like, I'm at this crossroad. I don't know how to get through it. And I'll be like, I know how to get through that. I've been there before.
Okay. I dig that. I dig that. I love it. I definitely love it. Your podcast show, your show that you have, A Journey with an Entrepreneur. Can you tell my listeners about it where they can catch new episodes and stuff? Awesome.
So I go live
Mhm.
on LinkedIn and Facebook at 6:10 Central Standard Time, 7:10 Eastern Standard Time. Then we hop over to Instagram and we go live there. I also have another show called Sip and Chat, which is on Tuesday evenings with my co-host Charlene, and we bring on guests. And it's only on LinkedIn and Facebook, and we basically sip and chat so you can bring your beverage of choice, and we just have a relaxed conversation with our guest, who most likely will be an entrepreneur. And then I have a show on Instagram with two other co-hosts, Scott and Russ, and it's called The Backstage Experience. It's only on Instagram. And we just talk about video, live streaming, life. It's a fun, free. It basically is a shit show that is organized. It's fun though.
Okay, okay, that's cool. That is really cool. For everyone who's watching and listening, the links would definitely be down below so you can tap in, follow, and subscribe for real. It's been a really fun episode here with Shree. But we're gonna keep the episode moving on. We're gonna keep the fun rolling on also. It's time for the 11:30 podcast. Hot seat, you guys. It's the 11:30 podcast. All right, it's time for the hot seat. I got 6 questions for you, and we're gonna roll with it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. First question. If you were the ruler of your own country, what would your first law be?
Be kind to everyone.
Okay. Be kind to everyone. I definitely like that. We need more kindness in the world right now because it's just a whole lot of negativity going on. So definitely got to be kind.
Hmm.
Okay.
You don't have to
Um,
like them, just be kind.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right about that. Okay. What's one red flag? What's the biggest red flag for you in a relationship?
That they are resistant to working with me. It has to
Okay.
be their way. And in a relationship, whether it's friendship, family, partnership for business, or partnership for love, we have to understand there has to be, it's not always about us. It's a two-way street.
Okay. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. Favorite music to listen to?
Oh, this is a hard one because I love music. That's a hard one. I can't answer, but I will tell you all the genres I do listen to. I listen to rap, R&B, soca, chutney, reggaeton, classical,
Okay.
meditation,
All right. Just a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I dig it.
jazz. Can't go back. And if you play some Anita Baker or some Gap Band, I'm there.
All right. All right. You got to jam it. You got to jam it. I'm listening. I'm listening. Okay. I just forgot the next question. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Godfather.
Godfather. Okay, Godfather. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. I don't think I heard no one say Godfather though. I asked that question a couple of times. I don't think no one said Godfather. Okay, I just remember the next question I was going to ask you. If you can make a video or have a podcast and have any guests in the world that you want to have on to interview them, who would it be?
It would be my brother.
Okay, okay, that's awesome. Awesome. I like it. I definitely like it. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
I would want to go to Bali.
Okay, Bali. Why Bali?
That is a place that my daughter has been talking about, and it's cheap, but it's also beautiful at the same time. So it would be a very nice, relaxing, and very spiritual
Okay,
vacation.
cool. All right, nice vacation, nice spiritual. Okay, cool. All right, last one. For anyone out there who's maybe nervous or don't have that motivation or inspiration, or someone that can really motivate them to get to the next level or do what they really want to do, such as a podcast, a video, or whatever it is. What advice do you have for them to just go for it and just take the leap of faith?
Well, you said that. Take a leap of faith. And don't get caught up in perfection. It's all about progress. Your first video, your first live show, your first podcast does not have to be perfect. If anything, that's what draws people to you. So just put yourself out there and have it in your mind. This is a long term game. So you're going to be doing this for a while before somebody picks up and starts to say, hey, this is something of value. But you just keep grinding, you keep understanding what are people looking for and deliver and figure out who you're talking to. Once you know who that one person is, it makes it easier to create content. And trust me, this one person will change over time. But when you just talk to one person, you're not talking to everybody, and it's very tailored to them.
Okay. I like it. I definitely I like the answers though. Sheree, I appreciate you coming through here on the 11:30 podcast show. It was really awesome having you on. Thank you for coming on, sharing your amazing journey of being an entrepreneur and a video marketing producer and everything. But before you go, you have any questions? Any shout outs? Anything you like to say?
I do. I actually have a question for you, DeAndre.
Okay.
What is your motivation to keep going and doing this podcast for those who are listening right now or watching the replay?
Okay. My biggest motivation, normally a lot of people would say they kids, but my biggest motivation is still the same when I started podcasting. It's just if you quit, and if you quit, one thing is going to happen for certain. If you just give up, and it's not going to happen. You just have to just keep going and be consistent. I think that's what I get out from a lot of people is how consistent that I just be with the podcast. And what motivates me is just talking to different people such as yourself, and who will be, whether it be motivational speakers or authors, and they talk on and share their story, and whether it be inspirational to the guests or to myself, it'd be awesome. And just connecting with people. Sometimes these interviews turn into great friendships that I've been doing this for 3.5 years. So 4 years will be this December. So
4 years? Whoa.
yes, 4 years will be this December.
You beat me.
So so the motivation is definitely strong, and this is always something I always wanted to do. I always tell the story when I was younger, and I used to sit in the room, and I used to just look at the wall, and the wall would be my camera, and I just have this made up show in my mind, and I was the host, and I used to do it. And all these years later, and look at, I couldn't, you couldn't tell me that it would actually, this what I would be actually doing. So, and
Wow.
my
That brings
my
back
brother,
memories for me.
yeah,
I
and
had the
also
same
my
thing where I was envisioning that there were people in front of me and they were watching, and I was bringing on guests and sharing the story. And I didn't know until much later, except I started in 2020, and now I have 300 episodes combined with everything that I've done. But time goes by. These numbers, they don't mean
Mhm.
anything, because every time you get somebody who's, you're like, whoa, I'm so blown away, or the dream of having whoever it is. Maybe it's LL Cool J. Maybe it's Oprah Winfrey. Maybe it's just the prestigious business owner that's in the community and everybody loves. You get to interview them. There's a whole level of new butterflies there, but your your system, your practice of doing what you've been doing for so long will kick in, and then you just feel like, wait a minute, how did this all just happen?
Yes, you're right, and also my brother who kind of helped me get back onto it and sort of find the purpose of what I actually wanted to do, because for a while it was just I was lost. That's how I felt. I was lost, and I was just I knew all what I wanted to do, but it was just well, how do I do it? I don't have a computer. I don't have I mean, I had a phone, but I mean, I didn't even, think of. And actually, when how you talk about it, it don't matter how you start, and you gotta be perfection because I started out, recording my videos, with the Android phone with
Yes.
little to no data. So,
You
so
made it
I
work.
know you're
I'm
right. You're right.
saluting you. Look, for those who are listening, we are telling you. I use a phone. I didn't have a ring light. I had a phone, a jewelry box, a hair tie, and a ribbon. I used that for a month. Somebody gifted me a ring light. Then I didn't have the proper, when I started going live on LinkedIn, I didn't have a proper setup. I used a cart and boxes and I made it work. And I showed my journey. I have no problem with that. Then when I moved to my daughter's desk, it's changed. So the journey doesn't have to be perfect. It's just that you took the step. And DeAndre and I are here to share with you. We started with what we had. It may not have been much, but it's something that's better than nothing.
hmm You're right about that. Something is better than nothing because, like I said, I started out with just the phone, and over time, like how you said, John say she bought me a ring light, and then after a while, where I started using Zoom, and people were really impressed. It's like, oh wow, because I was always a technical guy, can do really well with cameras and stuff like that. So, and she gave me a computer, and my cousin gave me the iPad, and just people just saw that, once I put my mind to something and keep going with it, it's just it's the sky's the limit, though.
It
Yes,
is. It
you're
is.
right. You're right.
And
I
you don't have
appreciate it.
to. You don't have to
Yes,
wait. Don't wait. Just don't wait.
yes, you're right. Don't wait. Don't wait at all. So, right, once again, I appreciate it as always for coming through here on the 11:30 podcast. You want to leave your social media where everyone can follow you or tap into some content as well.
Yes, definitely. I believe DeAndre will be sharing my link tree, which you can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm also on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, and I also have a Facebook community where I share exclusive content and also give you the ability to go live, practice going live for 5 minutes, posting videos because I have weekly video challenges every week in the group. We have a hot seat, we have a networking event, I do a live training workshop and masterclass. And then if you're like, you know what, I don't want to do the whole Facebook group, I want to work with you, I do have group coaching, one-on-one coaching. And I also have my team and I, as I mentioned before, we do social media management. We also do the podcasting. We remote produce your podcast and your live streaming show. So all you have to do is just show up and we take care of the rest.
All right. All right. You heard it. You heard it here first, you guys, here on the 11:30 podcast. Once again, thank you so much for coming through here on the show. For everyone who's listening and watching, sit tight. It's been a great show, man. Really, really great show. Learned something here. For real. All the links will be down below, so you definitely make sure you subscribe and follow. But once again, for everyone who's listening and watching, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to wrap up the show. I got the WTF moment and more. Don't move. You're listening and you're watching to the 11:30 podcast.
TV is more than cable for less than cable. More unexpected plot twists.
Ooh.
Less unexpected fees. More committing to new shows.
Ooh.
Less committing to an annual contract. More being held in suspense. Less being held on hold. More modern. More simple. More than cable for less than cable. Try YouTube TV for free.
Yo, we back here on the 11:30 podcast. Appreciate everyone sticking with me throughout the short break. Yo, Sri Mahabir, thank you for coming through here on the 11:30 podcast show this week. It was a great, great time talking with you, chatting with you, learning stuff here on the podcast show. So everyone, man, all the links are down below. Definitely subscribe, definitely follow Sri Mahabir, and you can get all the tips of marketing, man, and being a video producer and all that great stuff, man, and also as a coach as well. But yo, man, great episode, you guys, man. Also a reminder, you guys, man, I will be going on break in a couple of weeks, man. I think what, 2 or 3 weeks. I will keep you guys updated, and also, you guys, Talk Pro Wrestling is live this Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Commission Talk season finale. We're gonna wrap it up, man, and we'll see you guys, man, back in the fall, you guys. So, man, before I head on out of here and wrap it up, yo, before I get on to my next segment, I want to shout out my guy Blackheart from Off the Top Ropes podcast, and my guy Buzzing with Marlo from Buzzing with Marlo. My guy Warren Marlo, man, I always get that tongue tied. But yo, great show, great vibes as always, man. Hope everyone enjoyed their Memorial Day and enjoyed the holiday. Just out enjoying the weather, man. Just stay safe and all that good stuff. But before I wrap it up and head on out of here, you guys, you know what time it is. It's time for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. Yes, WTF moment of the week, man. And yo, before I hopped on it, I was like, hopped on here. I said, man, my WTF moment gotta be Jimmy Uso turning on Roman Reigns. But I think my WTF moment was a wrestling topic for the last couple of weeks. But yo, you guys, man, straight out here, DC, and moments, not even moments, it reminded me of this WTF moment though. But boy, oh boy, you guys though, man, I'm in a wheelchair, man. And my WTF moment, you guys, as you see in this video right here, these two guys in the wheelchair are just going at it though, man, going at it. And I was reading the comments. One comment just was hilarious to me. It was like, man, both of them are trying to stand up for themselves though. And you know, man, I'm not advocating for violence or anything like that. I don't promote violence, man. We gotta be in peace, man. Two black brothers, they in a wheelchair at that, man. Come on, man. You gotta come on, do something with your life, man. You feel me? We already got, stuff going on in the world. And whoever recording this though, like, bruh, for the views, man. For the views though. But WTF though, one dude, man, you see the first dude on the left, man, he threw that punch and was just going for it. The other dude on the left was just like, oh. But yo, man, WTF all the way though. Like, come on. We gotta do better than that. We definitely gotta do better than that. All right, you guys, man. Yo, this has been a great show. Once again, Sri Mahabir, thank you for coming through here on the 1130 podcast show. Man, we got Father's Day coming up in a couple of weeks. So I hope all the dads out there enjoy Father's Day. My son's birthday, man, is next month, man. The little man is 10 months. He be 11 months at the end of this month of June, and it be one next year, man. One next month. Is the time flies, boy. The time flies, man. I'm digging it. I'm loving it, man. And I thank everyone once again for supporting the 1130 podcast the long way. Whether you bought a shirt, whether you subscribe, like, comment, share the episode, tell a friend or told a friend about the podcast, man. I thank you guys so much. For everyone who support the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, thank you guys so much, man. Big passionate wrestling fan. I will be talking wrestling on Commission Talks this week live on my YouTube channel here and also on the 1130 podcast Facebook page. So definitely chime in on that. And yo, man, until next time, I'm about to head on out of here. Stay safe, stay safe, stay blessed. Get all the glory to God, man. For real. Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and I'm out, man.